Hello. I want to start by telling you about a tweet I saw. US rejoins WHO on first day of new presidency. US will also rejoin the Paris Climate Accord, and there are plans to reverse dozens of other decisions by the previous president. Let's look forward to a president who is selfless, non-racist, understands global geopolitics, believes in equality, is not a narcissistic bully, who seeks to unite, not divide, who understands the meaning of compassion, honesty, and integrity. Together with the first Black South Asian woman VP, they make a great team. Let's look forward to a brighter future and the blessed relief of not having to read endless infantile tweets. So I happen to know the chap who tweeted that. I don't know whether he was quoting it, but he always struck me as a reasonably intelligent person, but that's a downright demented thing from him. And the most important thing about it is that last sentence, the blessed relief of not having to read endless infantile tweets. You don't have to read any tweets at all if you don't like them. I don't know why he feels he had to read them. But let's just go through this a little bit. Rejoins the WHO on the first day of the new presidency. I believe that America left the WHO. I may be wrong here, but if I am wrong, then this is as good a reason to leave the WHO as any. It was the WHO who told everybody that that coronavirus was not infectious person to person. It was the who followed the Chinese line that there was nothing wrong, and it was the WHO that had criticised Trump for closing down air travel from China. Right, that's the first thing. And it would also rejoin the Paris Climate Accord, and as anyone who knows anything about the Paris Climate Accord knows, the America had already exceeded the requirements of the Paris Climate Accord. There's absolutely no reason, and that's I have to say that was because of Obama's fracking thing, wasn't it? And then we have, let's look forward to a president who is selfless. I wouldn't call Biden selfless. I don't know any person who is. Non-racist. I have, wasn't he the one who said he didn't want to send his children to a mixed race school because mixed race schools are jungles? If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Non-racist, understands global geopolitics. Maybe he does. But the guy he's taken as one of his advisors, John Kerry, did not understand the geopolitics of the Middle East, that's for sure. I'll find that video and I'll play it again because it's so much fun. So I'll freeze while I play that Kerry video.
There will be no separate peace between Israel and the Arab world. I want to make that very clear to all of you. I've heard several prominent politicians in Israel sometimes saying, well, the Arab world's in a different place now. We just have to reach out to them and we can work some things with the Arab world and we'll deal with the Palestinians. No, 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 and no. I can tell you that reaffirmed even in the last week as I have talked to leaders of the Arab community. There will be no advance and separate peace with the Arab world without the Palestinian process and Palestinian peace. Everybody needs to understand that. That is a hard reality.
This is a guy who's giving Biden advice now. Believes in equality. I don't know about that. Is not a narcissistic bully. I don't know about that either. Who seeks to unite and not divide, but is heading a government of people who are already talking about, deplatforming non-Democrat supporters, let's put it that way, who understands the meaning of compassion. I'd say that I mean, he's saying that as if Trump didn't. Trump is a president who didn't start a war. I'd say Trump is a president who brought back soldiers from Afghanistan and the Middle East. Trump is a president who refused to bomb an Iranian installation of some sort because he was told it would cause 150 deaths, some of them civilians. Okay, honesty and integrity. I believe that Biden lost his bid for the presidency a few years ago because he plagiarized a speech by Neil Kinnock, the Labour leader in Britain. That's not either honest or showing any integrity. And yeah, he's got, first black South Asian woman, and they make a great, oh yes, they do make a great team. Let's look forward to a brighter future and the blessed relief of, as I said, not having to read endless infantile tweets. So there you are. That's the attitude. But he's not wrong in his assessment of how people, at least the MSN, are seeing Biden. I'm trying to remember who he was. Somebody drew attention to a CNN announcer talking about the inauguration, and he was describing the Lincoln Memorial. And, you know, there's the lit up marble thing at the end, and then there's the reflecting pool there, and the lights all the way down, coming from the memorial down either side of the reflective pool. And this I think it was a CNN announcer, said something like, it's those lights are like Biden's arms reaching out to embrace America. I'm surprised he didn't have an orgasm when he said that. And then there's this here. This is the cover of a magazine. Now, I don't know if this is meant to be satirical or not, but apparently Jacobin magazine is not a satirical magazine. And even if it's satirizing the situation, it is actually showing how Biden is being portrayed in the press. There are the presidents, or the nearly presidents that went before, and they're all Democrats, of course. Here's a doctor. I suppose that must be Fauci, mustn't it? And here, who's that guy? That's Pelosi, I suppose. And I know that guy's face. I've forgotten his name, but they're all angels. And then here, the lower angels are the media and the university people. There's the book, and there are the cameras, you know. So they're all the part of the heavenly host around the Saviour here. And then here are all the ordinary people. You must notice there are far more diverse people down here than there are up here. And here are all these diverse people down here, all rejoicing. And notice the strategic placement of the little girl. There's always the little girl as the symbol of the innocence of the people. That's what Greta Thunberg is. That's what Joan of Arc was. The purity. Although she appears to be looking straight up Joe Biden's skirt, so maybe she's not so innocent after all. All right, well, that's it. Now, whether they were being satirical or not, they are showing something that's actually happening. And the whole thing is completely ridiculous. It's all too ridiculous for words. And there are just no words. America is becoming a laughing stock. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.grannyopterix.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.